All right, if you're watching this video, that means you want to educate yourself on how to make a proper meal, whether that be for breakfast or dinner. You're going to learn how to make yourself a meal, as seen above. Okay, so firstly, we're going to go over the ingredients. The main ingredients you're going to need are basic breakfast ingredients, such as eggs, bacon, hash browns, and some cheese. Nothing fancy here, just go what you usually would make with any other meals. These are very simple, cheap ingredients. You can find them at any store if you don't already have them in your kitchen. Moving on, we have some unorthodox ingredients, such as Good and Plenty, V8 Splash, Reddi-wip, saltine crackers, hot chocolate powder as well. Now, this might sound a little weird to add into a meal that you're not really familiar with making, but trust me, once you see how I work with them and make them with the meal, you want them. And lastly, we just have a few ingredients such as hydrogen peroxide and isopropyl alcohol. Then with these ingredients, we can get started into making the actual dish itself. So to get started here, sorry I'm eating the thing I just made. It's delicious, by the way. Oh, it really is so good. I'm going to take 2 eggs here. We're going to crack them in the bowl right here, as you see me doing. And now the eggs, this is a standard traditional breakfast dinner. Eggs can be found in almost any meal. Cake, and yeah, stuff like that. So I have the 2 eggs here, and then to give the eggs a little more fluff to allow them to expand when I add them to the pan, I'm going to add some milk here. Now, it's up to you how much milk you'd want to add. Personally, I like a lot of milk. I like my eggs very fluffy. But, yeah. Again, sorry if you hear me eating it. It's just really good. I mean, like, wow. Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and scramble it up for you. Now, so yeah, we're just going to scramble it up. So, at this time is also around when you're going to want to start preheating your pan. You don't want to add your food to a cold pan. You want to get that nice and hot when you warm it, so it starts cooking right away. We're going to go back here to the eggs here. We're going to add some whipped cream just to give it a little more fluff. You know, like I said, I like my eggs very fluffy. You don't have to do this. And to give them a little more flavor, more of that deep textured flavor, we're gonna add some hot chocolate grounds and marshmallows to them. It's all about flavor, you know. Yeah, and I like some tropical punch, so I decided to add some V8 Splash. Though you don't have to do that. Cooking is a very open-ended idea, you know. As Bob Ross once said, no mistakes, just happy accidents. And this applies to cooking. So right here, we're just going to stir it up again. And I decided while stirring, I wanted to add a little more water to it, just so I had a little more to work with. So just add a little more water. Again, very broad, open ideas here. You kind of add what you want. You know, feeling this, add it. Whatever. I'm going to add some butter here now. You know, because why not? Yeah. We're just going to let this stir around for a bit. Now, here, I'm going to stir it up a little bit before I actually add it to the pan. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Looks tasty just looking at it. Oh, man. Talk about food. Wow. I mean, here I am eating it, and I still can't get over how good it is. Wow. So, just like regular scrambled eggs, just going to kind of stir it up a bit. You know, get it going. How you should. In this next part here, I'm going to add some rice. This is just regular white rice, to get some more texture. Now, putting them into the wet eggs is going to allow them to expand a little bit more, so you can really get that, you know, that good, nice, big texture, allowing them to expand more. And because I wanted a little more darker flavor, I added some black licorice, Good and Plenty. Now, this is some pretty... Well, a lot of people are probably going to look at me and say, oh my god, how could you do this to a perfectly good meal? How could you add Good and Plenty? The truth is, they're not that bad, you know? You gotta have an open mind, you know? Oh, this part right here, crucial step, you have to add hydrogen peroxide, okay? You gotta have it. Absolute must for the meal. I mean... You want to have one key ingredient, and it's this bad boy right here. In fact, I drink just regular hydrogen peroxide if I wanted to. Oh, and also a must-have, isopropyl alcohol. I wouldn't say it's as important as the hydrogen peroxide, but yeah, they're both very important steps to this meal. If you want to have a good meal and not just throw up immediately, you got to have the peroxide. But yeah. Next, we're going to add some Cascade here. You know, I was digging through my pantry, seeing what I had to work with here. I thought, hey, you know, this could work. This could add some flavor. This could add something to it. You know, this could ascend the meal. And so I added it. You know, you have to be experimental with these kind of things when you're working with them, or else they're not going to work. So just be experimental. Just important thing here, add just a little drop. This stuff can be very powerful, so it's important you only add a tiny bit, as you saw right there. I'm just gonna keep shaking that and stirring that up until I think it's ready. I think it's important to note right here, I'm about to add some sunscreen and some glass cleaner. But I forgot to film the part where I added in screws and pennies. So I just want to clarify, you should probably add screws and pennies too, because, I mean, hey, it's definitely not going to work in the ditch. You might not be a big fan of screws and pennies, but let me tell you, unless you're just disgusted by them, definitely want to add them in there. So I forgot to add that part in the video, but yeah, add the screws and pennies. Okay, let's just, last part here, we're getting close to the end. I'm going to pull some of my bread out and some baby food. Baby food and bread. These are the final steps. You're going to add that in. And then once that's done, you can just kind of stop it in the oven like you do right here. And you're going to let this cook for about 1 to 2 hours. And then you're set. Alright, let's have a look here. Oh my god, that is just perfect. Oh, that is just perfect. That is just absolutely perfect.
What are you doing? Did you turn the oven on? You're
That-
making crap again?
You don't understand, it's art, okay? I'm trying to express
It's
myself.
not art. It looks like dog food.
Alright, here we go. I'm about to take the first bite. Mmm. Oh, so good. Mmm. Just unbelievable flavor. Amazing texture. Let's try some of the hash browns here now. What can I say? This is truly an amazing, one-of-a-kind breakfast. The hydrogen peroxide really adds flavor to it. Gives that nice tang. The screws and pennies add some good texture as well. This is really an amazing breakfast. I hope if you learned anything from this video, it is to enjoy cooking for yourself and, you know, make it yours. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. It's time to go over the sponsor of this video, and this video is sponsored by none other than Raid Shadow Legends, the mobile RPG made for gamers by gamers. Okay, if you're still listening, please buy the game. Make in-app purchases. If you don't, they're gonna hurt me. They have my dog. Just do it. This isn't part of the ad. I'm just asking for help. Can somebody help me? Oh god, it's them. Please, somebody help. This isn't a joke. I'm about to die.